Today in Minecraft Skyblock here on Cosmic Sky, we're going to be going ahead and setting up some auto fishing bots, and of course showing my new design with auto slayer bots. So without further ado, let's hop right into the video. In order to get the automated fishing farm working, we're gonna have to do a lot of stuff in this video. And of course, I want to go over some things before we go into it, because I want to go over things I've done off camera. So recently I decided I'd go ahead and change how my fuel is collected, at least for the iron fuel, because I do need it to craft quicker with a crafting upgrade, as well as we now have 6 bots on iron nodes, and we have 2 collections for the iron scraps. There is a teleport pad underneath the bot, and the reason for that is so it teleports the crafted fuel into here. It makes it so it goes into all 4 of these spots and makes sure it will go into a spot specifically if there's enough room. And if you only have one hopper here and let's say a link chest right on the right here, it's not as efficient. The items don't flow in fast enough. This does a 4 times the amount setup, and you could probably do even better, but to be fair, this is just the cheapest and best option. Another thing is that I did change my mob farm around. I did manage to move everything. There is no more public farm anymore, and it's all going to be automated. We got zombified piglin going, and we're almost done. We only need like 20 more spawners. And I did put some walls around here so no mobs get stuck anymore, because I was having issues with that again. You're probably wondering, where do the mobs even go? They actually go underneath the island over here, because I removed the collection down here and I moved it over here. We now have designated slayers for each kind of mob, and then eventually blazes in the future. But as you can see, it's automatically killing all of the mobs, and then their loot gets picked up in the designated spots here: rotten flesh, golden nugget or gold nugget, the cookable food, and then the extra loot, as well as the smelter bot based loot. It just works perfectly, and I have around 2 alt accounts on the island now, one for the AFK up there, as you can see the name tag, and then I have Slayer Sam on this account, so I can get more island XP overnight. So that is all the changes I've done on the island since last video, I believe. Oh yeah, and I changed up the collection system. I just made it more compact. Might as well mention that as well. But anyways, yeah, that's all I've really done. And one more thing I do want to go ahead and do, since I have been saving for this, is go ahead and buy an obsidian fuel page. In a moment, you'll see here why, but if we go into PV5, you can see we have crispy flesh already good to go, because we're going to start using that recipe, as well as we're able to make the obsidian fuel recipe, which we can't really use as of right now. We'll be able to use it in the future, but I would like to have it prepared, so in case the price does go up or something, you never know. But there we go, we got crispy flesh, and then I don't think, oh no, we can claim obsidian fuel as well. So what we need to do is revamp the whole fish farm. I do have a better idea and an easy setup for this, because my previous setup was really complex, and it really doesn't do much like different from the other design from what I know. So our best option is to go ahead and get rid of this. And by the way, I did remove all of the link chests here because I only really needed 1 and a ton of hoppers. It's way more cheaper, and I don't know why I had like 9 link chests. That was kind of absurd. So it's safe to say I want to get rid of the whole farm here, and then we're gonna set up the new layout, which is gonna be like some towers that at least fit 4 of these in each one. That is at least the plan. So right now what I'm doing is I placed down a bundle bot, and I'm gonna bundle all this fuel that I can, just so it doesn't go to waste, of course. Okay, so some of it despawned. We got majority of it though, I think, from my knowledge. We just have a bit more in these hoppers here. So in total, we made around 8 bundles, which I'll put in my PV4. So we have around 22 spare, and we'll grab this, put it away. And I also did unlock clownfish, the 3rd tier of fish. If you do /is fishing, you can see that I have it unlocked, and we're working towards pufferfish, but the island level is the main issue, so we're not going to be hitting that anytime soon. So real quickly, I'm going to go ahead and start breaking all of this, I guess, and breaking all the bots. The biggest issue we're going to have with this whole thing is trying to make sure that the water doesn't turn into like a big pile of sources with the way I have it laid out right now. We'll see, we'll see. Okay, I have 1 more layer of water, and then we're pretty much done removing the farm, so I just have to get rid of this layer and then break the wool, and then we should be pretty much situated to start building the actual thing now. Okay, so everything is now cleared up. We just need to go ahead, find a location for the first layout. So we're gonna make a 5x5. I believe this is 5x5. Yes, it is. Now we need to check a radius on a fisher bot. We need to check in the menu. So it's about 2 out and 1 down. So it's pretty easy to understand this. So I placed the fisher right on this level, and then I want to have like a hopper stream going down, I guess. So the first hoppers are going to go like this, and then the next thing I want to do is grab out another fisher. So we need around 3 more, and we put it like, I think that. But there you go. You can see that's how the layout's going to be. Pretty simple concept. So you just place that on top. top, you go up a bit, and then you repeat the process. I think where it becomes a problem is people don't really know if the water makes a difference, like how you lay it out, I guess. Either way, I don't think it makes a difference, so take that information as you want. Anyways, this is how the Fisher farm would be set up, I believe. We might have to make adjustments if this doesn't work. We will see, of course. So now we build another one next to this one, and then we'll have another one in this corner as well, and then one here. Okay, new Fisher is down. Let's go ahead, put more hoppers. So for the water, we put a ring around the top, and we're also going to put a layer of wool down here, and you'll see why. So we need to go ahead and do that, and I'm gonna break this Fisher for the time being so we can actually, like, do this. Anyways, what you would do is go ahead, fill this all in with wool, then you need some water buckets, of course, so we go ahead, grab some of that. All right, so we have a full source of water here, as you can see. Now, if I break this, it should only go down on this part here. And now it says there's water in range of this guy, so if I were to go ahead and start breaking all of this, it should show that they all have water in range. And there we go, we got one of them done, and we'll obviously fuel this when we need to. We just need to get the second one going. That is really all we need to do. This is way more compact in my opinion, and it's easier to remove too. It doesn't take as much time because this is just flowing water, which is way easier to manage. So now we need to go ahead, copy the same strategy we did there. Just put down some more wool, put down the Fisher, and we need to put down some water. Okay, we're done with the water. Now we go ahead, start breaking all of this again. And now they all should say the same thing, that they just need fuel and that there's water nearby in a moment. And there we go, we got this finished. We got 4 on top of each other, and I don't think the hoppers in here cause any issues, of course. So realistically, the next spots would be right here, so we're gonna figure out the fueling now. So the end hopper is right there, and then we make it go along like this, and then we'll make it turn this way. I'm kind of copying how I have the layout down below this. So like down here, this kind of layout. So it kind of looks like a U shape in one kind of same direction. I don't know, it's just kind of the way I feel like doing it. So what I do now is I set up the red channel here, and I set up the purple channel. We got all the supplies we need. We just need to place some hoppers and collection chests. So the red channel is of course going to have the first 2 types of fish, salmon and cod, and then this collection chest will have clownfish, which basically you can't smelt clownfish. That's why they're in 2 different channels, going to 2 different spots in the farm. Okay, I think we can turn on the fuel now. Let's go ahead, turn this on. There we go. It should start fueling this all. I don't know which one it starts at. I think it's the bottom. Yeah, it starts at the bottom and fills all the way to the top. Okay, so I've come to the decision. I'm gonna move this all down a little bit, like just the water, because it's on a wrong height that I don't really want it on. So we're gonna go ahead, buy all the wool we can, and start getting rid of the water for the time being. We're gonna keep some of the hoppers and just redo the top up here. That's pretty much all we're redoing. Everything else is pretty much good though. Okay, so I moved everything down a bit, and now we're gonna go ahead and get rid of all the wool, because I did place the water beforehand. Now we're just gonna get rid of the wool. Now the Fishers should work again, most likely, and then we have the new fishing layout pretty much done. The only things we're gonna be missing right now is another 8 Fishers, which we already have the 1 extra we had earlier, but I'm just not gonna use it for the time being. And of course, all the Fishers are going to be set to clownfish. So it's the next day, and what I'm doing currently is crafting a ton of crispy flesh. I took every single bundle out of the system, and I put in the crispy flesh on this side, or the rotten flesh, I should say, and then the coal on this side, and we've just been crafting a ton of this. It's all just filling up like crazy, so I have to grab it out manually because I make too much of it, which is kind of annoying, so I'll probably have to solve a different system for this at some point. We'll see. And also made like 15 million in this overnight, so I decided I'd go ahead and buy a Slayer bot for like 7.5 million. So we'll go ahead and get the coal that we need. We need a decent bit of coal, and we're gonna buy another Slayer bot after this. I just need to grab some iron fuel from here, so we'll get like 3 stacks. So now we're gonna go ahead and place down this new Slayer bot. So let's go ahead, go to the skeletons, place this down, and then we hop in the menu, put in iron fuel and put in the coal fuel. There we go, it's working perfectly. So from what I'm noticing, if I take a look at my IS, the amount of XP it made overnight was not a lot, my alt, but it's been on the whole night, so maybe it's killing mobs that are low tier. So I do need to move this over probably to like somewhere along the lines around here, so then it's not interacting with all the kind of bad mobs, I guess you could say. We'll do something like that, so then I can actually get better mob kills going. Anyways, we need to go back to the crispy flesh and make sure it's working properly. There's a ton still overflowing, and then we'll go ahead and chuck it in here once we're done to get a 15% boost, because I did actually manage to get the tier 2 upgrade off camera for around 35 million. I just had to wait until they came out with more of those upgrades in the loot box, So that is pretty much situated, and it looks like we're running out of rotten flesh already. We've got just a little bit here, and then we're pretty much done. From what it looks like, everything is done being crafted, and it turns out there's some melons in here that I didn't even know I had, because I've been getting given some from one of my friends just to make some glycering melons occasionally, which I probably shouldn't drop that. I don't know why I just did that. Okay, I'm quickly bundling all the extra coal. Hopefully it bundles properly, and then the rest of the rotten flesh should all be down here now. So we made almost a double chest of crispy flesh. I'm curious to see how much that makes us. Before we do that, let's put the fuel away, because I'm gonna need this when we buy some more auto slayers. And overnight this worked flawlessly. Same with the fish farm, no issues whatsoever. But anyways, let's go ahead and grab out the crispy flesh, and I think I'll keep one slot on me so we can grab this out and then start chucking this all in. We're also gonna need to remove some actually, just because we need room for all the extra items to fill in. But as you can see, we've already made almost 1 million just off crispy flesh, so I'll keep putting more in. Of course, that is pretty much the plan, and we'll grab the extra in the chest. It's of course gonna have all the extra items selling, of course, but I mean, that really doesn't matter. I just want to see how much I make alone from mostly crispy flesh, which so far we've made around 2 million, and this was probably a night and maybe like 4 hours, so maybe like, I don't know, maybe 16 hours. And I also found an issue with this whole system I have going here. Apparently, when you get a ton of the smelter bot recipe with beetroot, it doesn't actually work properly, and it gets stuck in here, all the bowls. So what I had to do is move the beetroot into the yellow channel, which means I make less money off of it, but I still make money. It's just things were getting stuck and making me no money because it was stacking up here, all the items. It was really annoying, but I mean, it is what it is. So far, we've made around almost 4 million off of the crispy flesh. Oh my gosh. This is actually broken. I'm glad my friend Saldor told me about this, because I honestly wasn't going to use it, and I was just going to wait until I got to, I believe, glycering melon, but then I realized I had to get melons, so that was kind of a mistake on my part. Right when I started making money, I should have started going for crispy flesh. That's what I should have been doing. I think we're gonna make almost 7 million, because right now we're at 6 million. It's a long shot, but we'll see. So we almost made around 7 million. It was close, and that was just crispy flesh. And overall, it makes a insane profit just selling, like, let's say coal and rotten flesh on its own, or even making jerky in the smelter bot. Even though jerky's good and all, you can make more with crispy flesh. It's just more worth it. So I think we could buy another slayer bot. Yeah, we can buy this one that just went up for 7 million. That's a cheaper one, so I can't really complain. And we can finish off these skeleton slayer bots now, which is pretty good. And the only issue we're having is we need to upgrade our auto slayer limit. So we're gonna go to IS, and we're gonna go to upgrades, and we have to upgrade the utility, or which one? Resource. Okay, never mind. It's 50 million. We can't even place this yet. I did get it for a good deal, so I think I'm gonna put in my PV5 for the time being, and then we'll place it once we can upgrade that with $50 million, which is not really an issue. It's just kind of annoying because I forgot there was a limit and I already have 12 down. I guess what I could do is try and max out my fishers, because I need 12 in order to max it out, and I have 9, so I could go ahead and buy another fisher, and there's only one on AH, I believe, so we'll just go ahead and buy it. It's really pricey, but I mean, I do technically need it, and they will keep going up in price potentially, so it's probably good to buy it now than later. But pretty much everything is situated on the island for automation right now. I don't really know what else I need to change. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.